Charge hours, certainly a staple of the accounting industry, something I've been doing for a lot of years, but haven't done in about 4 years since I started my firm. I think what originally turned me off to the idea of charge hours was the first time I worked a 90-hour week and then got in trouble for not having put my time in, which, by the way, does not count as billable time if you're unfamiliar with how this typically works. So when I started my firm, we made sure we got rid of charge hours. We do have to have an alternative though, and so we focus on client service. We focus on the output. That's one of the challenges of charge hour focus, is that it only measures the input, and so we really end up incentivizing the wrong thing. That doesn't mean that getting rid of charge hours makes life magically easy, but in my opinion, it's worth figuring out. So now, instead of saying, here's your set charge hour goal, we say, here's the number of clients that we need to serve. Not just the number of clients, but here's their names, here's when they're on our schedule to get their tax returns done, here's what we need to do for them. It definitely creates its own set of challenges because now we have a less rigid framework. Charge hours might not be fun at all. In fact, they're awful. They feel life-sucking at times, but it gives you a very quantifiable measure to work towards. So when we get rid of charge hours, we have to be really intentional about what we do instead, which again, I think is totally worth it. It's how we've built our firm, but it's certainly an iterative and a building process to say, here's the clients that you're gonna work on, here's the support you're gonna get, here's how you're gonna learn along the way. To change an industry dynamic like charge hours, you have to be committed to this in the long run, for sure. This isn't going to be draw down a whiteboard and it's magically perfect on day one. It's a bit of a pendulum shift that hopefully we'll see more of the industry embrace. From my experience so far with getting rid of charge hours, one of the things I love about it is that it really incentivizes team members to be part of efficiency. Under a charge hour model, you get punished for being efficient because you didn't hit your charge hour goal. When we focus on client service, when we focus on output, now you helping improve systems, you helping give feedback of how we can do things more efficiently or effectively is a reward for you. Now you've gotten your work done, you've built the system to improve for the future, and you still got compensated for having done the full hours, if you will. In our model, we have incentive compensation as well, based on production, again, not based on charge hours, because the last thing I want is for people to feel like they need to work endlessly. Again, not claiming perfection here, I've seen it make a huge difference. The fact that I haven't filled out a time card in 4 years is phenomenal to me. It makes me smile just thinking, just talking about it, I'm smiling more. That means we had to shift our model of how we bill clients as well, which means we don't spend a ton of time on billing and invoicing. We charge everyone on a credit card through Stripe. We charge most people up front, so it's really clear and transparent. Because part of the goal of this video is just to say that, yes, I am all for the charge to get rid of charge hours. That campaign, I'm definitely a part of it, but we've got to make sure we're intentional about what comes in its place. Personally, I'd say rip the Band-Aid, get rid of it, but make sure you know what that framework is for still getting billing done, for still measuring performance, for still helping people understand how they can exceed and excel and learn and grow. There's definitely a path forward where accounting can shrug off this this really unfortunate, some of these unfortunate stereotypes that we have, the decline that we're seeing in people being interested in accounting. I think there's a ton of promise in this career field. I'm excited to see where it goes, but it takes more of us leaning in and wanting to be part of something different. So happy tax planning.